Here it is, the hugely anticipated DJI Osmo Pocket 4P with a very exciting dual camera system. For full transparency here, the Osmo Pocket 4P was sent to me directly by DJI for review purposes, and this video has been sponsored by the D1 store. It definitely feels like a familiar form factor. It looks very similar to what we saw on the Pocket 3 and the Pocket 4. Very similar flipping screen here. The user interface feels very similar to what we've seen in the past. We do this time on the Pocket 4P get two new dedicated buttons, which we saw on the Pocket 4 but didn't have on the Pocket 3. So we get a dedicated zooming button and a dedicated custom button as well, which at this point either swaps into the zoom mode or the joystick control for me, but you can customize that custom button as well. Everything else below the neck, like below the camera system, feels quite similar here. The biggest upgrade, as you would imagine, is the fact that now we've got a dual camera system. So we've got that 1-inch main camera system, which is remarkable, and then we've also got a 3x optical camera system here. Interestingly enough, this reminds me a lot of the 3x camera system that we saw on the Air 3S. Now, I don't know how similar it is, but it definitely feels quite similar here. I do wonder whether this combo here, the 1-inch system with the 3x, has come across from the Air 3S, but there are some really exciting new features here on the Pocket 4P. The usability of the Pocket 4P feels very natural. The joystick controls are very responsive. All the buttons work nicely. The software is flawless as always. So that overall user experience has been great. I've had no bugs or errors or issues, nothing like that. It all works really nicely. And the jumping between the two camera systems from the 1x to the 3x actually feels very natural. There's not much of a delay at all. Considering it's two distinctly different camera systems, it feels very natural. Even when you're zooming in, there's a slight stutter and delay as it goes to the 3x, but that also feels very natural here. So you can go between the perspectives quickly and capture that shot without having to waste any time. What's most interesting to me here is that we're still getting 4K 60 frames per second. So we're not getting a leap into the 6K or into the 8K here. Maybe we'll see that with future updates. I'm sure it's capable of capturing it. But at this stage, we're getting 4K 60 frames per second on both that 1x and that 3x camera system. When it comes to vertical video as well, we're not getting a leap into 4K. It's still 3K 60 frames per second. I would have loved to have seen vertical go into that 4K. The biggest leaps forward are actually the dynamic range, the new D-Log profile, as well as the slow motion offers here. Before we even get into any of that, let's discuss the specifics here, the specifications of the two camera systems. So we've got the main camera system, which is a 1-inch sensor. It's a 20mm equivalent, and it's got a fixed aperture of f2.0. And with the secondary camera system, which is the 3x optical system, this is a 1/1.28-inch medium telesystem, 60mm equivalent, with a fixed aperture of f1.8. We're getting 10-bit color throughout, regardless of what camera system you're using. So you've got normal, you've got D-Log, and you've got D-Log 2. Now with D-Log 2, that's exclusively available on the main camera, so you don't get that with the medium telesystem. The main camera system here gives us 17 stops of dynamic range, which is a huge leap forward, very impressive here, and we get D-Log 2. So I will have a whole separate video on the channel for D-Log 2, but there will be some footage that shows up throughout here, so you can see how nice that flat profile is. And then when you put some, a LUT on there and a bit of like color tweaking, you'll really see how much you can get out of D-Log 2. It's a really nice advancement actually. So they're the two big ones, the 17 stops of dynamic range, as well as D-Log 2, which is a brand new color profile from DJI. Now with the 60mm medium telecamera system, this is a 3x optical zoom system, but you can go up to 12x digital zoom. So there's a fair bit of control there to go up to 12 times. That's obviously digital zoom at that point, but still really cool to see here. Unfortunately, you can't get D-Log 2 on the telephoto system, but what is really cool is that they've done a really nice job of maintaining that blurry perspective, that layering and that bokeh effect. You can see some of the footage throughout here, but it looks really great. They've done an awesome job combining the two, because the two cameras actually feel quite similar when you're using them. The video quality matches up, the color matches up, like it's a really nice combination of the two cameras here. Going a little bit deeper into the video quality, and in particular the slow motion options we have here. So impressively enough, with the main camera system, you've got 4K up to 240 frames per second, which is just so cool to see on a 3-axis gimbal that you can just point and shoot. Like, you can capture some awesome slow motion with this camera. Interestingly enough, on the medium telesystem, you can only go 4K up to 200 frames. So you can't go 240 on that medium telesystem, but both of them look really nice and you can match the footage relatively well here. Now, if you are interested in the DJI Osmo Pocket 4P or any other drone camera or accessory for that matter, definitely make sure to check my links down below. I've got some phenomenal links and deals located down in that video description. If you're based in Australia, I've actually helped Australians save over $110,000 on their drone camera and accessory purchases. You can go in-store to one of the many DJI stores around Australia and just mention DansTube and they'll help you out with the best deal they can. You can also reach out to them directly via email, sales@d1store.com.au. Again, just mention DansTube and they'll help you out. Or you can use the code DansTube on their website to save on most drones, cameras, and accessories. Just use that code during the checkout process. There will also be some other links down below for the official DJI store as well as Amazon. They're all affiliate links, so it does help me out. Definitely check them all out. They all are located down below. This is by far my favorite accompanying accessory of the Pocket 4P. Now this came in the kit that I got, but I'm sure you can also buy it separately or buy the kit that includes the frame tap. This is basically a remote controller. Gives you full wireless control over the camera. You get that direct video feed. You can flip the camera around by triple tapping. It's a full operating system, so you can go in and change all the different settings that you might need to change. You can also change modes, so you can go in, and change it into video mode or photo mode or slow motion or whatever it is that you need to do, all through this little device here. It's got a fair bit of control, actually. It's an impressive little device, and I absolutely love using it. Another really cool accessory that's come across from the Pocket 4 is this little attachment piece here. It's literally just a magnetic connection as well. So straight when you connect it, it powers on the unit. You disconnect it, powers it down. It's such a simple little design, and you do have a fair bit of control here over how you want it to be positioned, as well as the intensity of the light and the temperature of the light as well. One thing I really would have liked to have seen here is a hard case for the camera. So the kit that I got comes with 2 different bags. So I've got the main bag, which contains all the accessories, and then another bag that I can just slot the camera in and take it out with me. They're both like material type bags. There's no plastic case over the camera system, so I find myself carrying it a lot and I don't want to put it in my pocket. So you can buy third-party cases and accessories out there, but it would have been really nice to have seen DJI include a hard case to make it a little easier to have it in your pocket, take it out, put it in your handbag. It would have just been so much nicer here to have that as part of the kit. We do get 4K live photos, which are actually quite common on smartphones nowadays. What it does is it captures 1.5-second clip before and after to allow you to choose the better image, the better photo. So that's with the 4K live photo option. The unit itself, the Pocket 4P, weighs 230 grams, so very lightweight. For someone like me, it's almost too small. I find myself wanting to connect up the battery handle or that little attachment handle on the base. For me, like, it just works a bit better because my hands are quite large, but I mean, depends on who is using the accessory, and I wonder whether this is designed for a different market to me. I don't actually know, but yeah, I find myself wanting like the larger battery handle just for me when I'm out and about using it. We do have an improved active track here, which I found worked really nicely. You have more control now to actually choose the framing as well, so you can frame the clip. So if the subject's like on the left, you can put them off to the left and have the right-hand side of the frame free, or you could have them in the center. You got a fair bit of control there, which is really nice. And you can even use active track up to 12 times zoom. So even when you're zoomed in 12 times, active track still works really nicely. There is an intelligent autofocus here with subject focusing. So it'll actually draw a box around a person, like to be the subject focus point, as well as multi-tracking this time. So you can have multi-tracking points if you've got multiple people in the frame, which is also really cool. So the Pocket 4P also comes with 103 gigabytes of internal storage, which is so nice to see. I love that DJI are including internal storage in most of their products nowadays, so that's great. Can't flaw that, love that. They say that you get 210 minutes of operating time, but that's only if you're shooting 1080p at 24 frames per second. So if you're shooting 4K, you're getting a lot less than that, but battery life for me has never been an issue, especially using that battery handle, which you can buy separately. I find that I'm able to go out for a half day and capture everything I need. Never been an issue. Come back, charge it while I'm copying the footage, and just go back out again. And we do get fast charging, so you can charge up to 80% within 18 minutes. 18 minutes to charge to 80%. Amazing. So overall, this is a really impressive upgrade here from DJI. If you do have the Pocket 3, you are definitely going to want to get yourself this or anything before that. Even the Pocket 4, like if you're wanting that dual camera system, it might be worth selling that privately or returning it for the Pocket 4P if you can, because that extra camera system makes the world of difference. And then the main camera system now having 17 stops of dynamic range and D-Log 2, like if you're wanting more of that cinema looking video and you're wanting to really take your travel videos or your content creation to the next level, the Pocket 4P definitely handles everything you need with some of these upgrades here. And I really like what they've done with the 3x camera system. Like I said at the beginning, it definitely is similar to the Air 3S from my experiences. And I really love that drone. That's actually the drone I recommend to most people. Best bang for your buck is the Air 3S in my opinion. So I think this is the same camera system that's come across to a little 3-axis handheld pocket camera system. Just really amazing how far technology has come. I really would have liked to have seen 6K or even 8K from the Pocket 4P. It would have been really nice to see, but still, maybe that will come in a future update, who knows. The 4K 60 still looks remarkable. That 4K 240 frames per second slow motion, that also looks remarkable. Again, I would have liked to have seen with vertical up to 4K because we're only getting 3K here. But I think for most people, if not everyone who's using a pocket camera system, you're going to be more than happy with what you're getting here. And it's a really solid all-round dual camera system that gets you everything you need as a solo content creator, as a travel person capturing just moments even. You know, if you're taking your family on a trip somewhere, great for that, great for just capturing content on the fly. It's such a capable, reliable, professional camera system in such a small form factor. It's just so impressive. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'd love your thoughts down in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll chat to you very soon. Peace.